Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the National Marine Aquarium's second online learning session, Mermaid Tales. My name is Marina the Mermaid, and I'm so pleased you've joined me here today so we can learn all about animals who live under the sea. Now, if you were here last week, you'll remember that we learned all about animals' homes under the sea, and we can call their homes habitats. And I read you a story all about animals who live in coral reefs. And since then, I have received so many beautiful drawings and paintings from all of you wonderful people, and they're currently all on the wall of my mermaid cave, so I can look at them every day. But I have chosen a few to show you. So let's have a look at these wonderful drawings that you have all done. Brilliant. And just while we're looking at those, everybody, I thought I'd just read out some schools here, because we have received quite a few lovely drawings from schools around the UK. So Hillside Primary in Norfolk, thank you for all of your lovely drawings. Roselands Primary in Paignton, absolutely beautiful work, well done everybody. And Stover School Nursery in East Abbott. Oh, you did a lovely collage of drawings, guys, so thank you so much for doing that. Lovely. Excellent. And you know what? I've even received some crafts from some of you. So, just here, we have a lovely bracelet from Isabel. Thank you, Isabel. And over here, we have a lovely bracelet from Florence. So Florence made me a little bracelet. And Florence also drew me some pictures and a card. So thank you so much, Florence. And a little girl called Liberty. Liberty even wrote a story about animals who go to high school under the sea. Now, I think writing stories is absolutely amazing and so much fun to do, so well done, Liberty, good work. Now, quite a few of you actually wrote me letters too and asked me some questions. So I'm just going to have a little look at those questions now for you and see if I can answer any. Now, Jack, aged 5, asked me, what's it like living under the sea? Well, I can tell you, Jack, living under the sea is so much fun because I get to play games with all of my friends. And also, it's so exciting because I just get to explore all these different habitats and shipwrecks and caves and things like that. So it's really good fun and very exciting. Ella, aged 5, why does the coral reef have lots of fish? Well, we talked about how a coral reef is an animal's home or habitat, and it provides them with everything they need to survive. Like shelter, place to raise their young, food, and they're very well suited to living there. So animals like living in a coral reef, so that's why there's lots of them there. And you've also written, what does coral feel like? Well, last week I showed you a lovely piece of coral. That was a piece of stony coral, and it was very spiky, very spiky and rough. Lovely. Isla, age 6, says, please can you tell me if sharks eat you, or do they like you? I have never seen a shark eat a mermaid before, or a human. Most sharks are actually very friendly, and they don't like to eat mermaids or humans. They like to eat lots of fish and squid. So, lovely question. Lola, age 4, says, how does an octopus squirt ink? Well, octopuses have little funnels called siphons at the bottom of their heads. And what they do is they mix the ink with a mucousy stuff and they squirt it out of that little siphon. And they also squirt water out of that siphon and poo out of that siphon as well. So that's how octopuses squirt their ink. So children, like I said, wonderful crafts, wonderful drawings and paintings, and amazing questions as well. So thank you all of you who sent those in to me. That's absolutely amazing. Now everybody, let's move on to talking about the theme for today. If you were here earlier for our deep learning session, you would have learned all about the wonderful world of classification. So we can use the word classification when we're grouping animals based on their similarities and differences. So, just for a moment everybody, can you just reach your arm around your back and feel your backbone? All those lumps on your back. You can give it a spine as well. Now, all animals either have a backbone, like you guys, or they don't have a backbone. I'm going to learn about some of those animals first. Just over here, I have a wonderful starfish to show you. Now, most starfish have 5 arms, just like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But some starfish, like the sunflower starfish, have up to 24 arms. they stick to the rocks. And these suckers are pretty amazing, because they don't just allow starfish to stick to things, but they allow starfish to taste as well. So they can use their suckers to taste the rock and try and find food nearby, which is really cool, so they can taste and smell those suckers. Amazing stuff. Now, just behind me, we have some absolutely beautiful jellyfish. These are called Atlantic sea nettles. And I just think they are so beautiful. I find it very relaxing watching jellyfish. Now, jellyfish don't have a backbone. They're very, very squishy, as you can tell. And they just swim around, drifting through the ocean currents. Now, jellyfish are mostly made of water. They have no hearts, no brain. They're really simple animals. And I've got another gross, disgusting fact for you, everybody. Jellyfish actually have a little mouth right in the middle of their bell. That's the top bit of the jellyfish. And what they do is they bump into their food, maybe little plankton, tiny animals drifting along in the ocean. And they bring the food to their mouth. They eat the food, but then they obviously need to go to the toilet. And they actually go to the toilet through their mouth. Very disgusting. So their mouths are actually their bottoms. So jellyfish are very interesting animals that don't have backbones. Now down here I've got something pretty cool to show you as well. So I found this when I was exploring all the beautiful coastal habitats recently just up the coast of Plymouth. And this is actually the shell of a lobster. Now all lobsters have this shell all around their bodies called an exoskeleton. That's quite a cool sciencey word, isn't it? Can you guys say exoskeleton? Brilliant. So exoskeletons are these kind of skeletons or shells on the outside of an animal to protect them. What lobsters do is in order to grow, they do have to molt. Okay? And this means that they shed their shell. So they actually crawl backwards out of their shells, leaving the empty shell behind, and their skin is really soft. And they'll grow a bit, the skin will harden, and then they'll molt again. They just keep molting in order to grow. So often, sometimes, maybe when you're snorkeling, or maybe when you're on the beach, you might find the shells of crabs and lobsters, maybe some claws that they've lost when they shed, and they can grow those back, so don't be worried. So I just think that's really fascinating. And children, did you know that lobsters can live to over 100 years old? Isn't that amazing? 100 years old. Lobsters are some of my favourites. Now, children, what we're going to learn about in our story today are animals that do have backbones. Okay? So we call animals that don't have backbones invertebrates. Can you say the word invertebrates? So animals like jellyfish and starfish and lobsters, and maybe even animals in your garden like insects and snails, those guys don't have a backbone, they're called invertebrates. But animals in the story today, these do have a backbone, and they are called vertebrates. Can you guys say the word vertebrates for me? Vertebrates. Well done. So today we learned the word exoskeleton, invertebrates, and vertebrates. And today, children, we're going to learn about the animals that have backbones and vertebrates. So let's settle down nicely and get ready to listen. I have actually drawn some pictures for you today because you might remember me telling you last week. I just love to draw and colour in. So I have got some drawings to show you when I read my story today. So this story is called Am I a Dragon? Once there lived a mysterious sea creature. She had never ever known her name. Just living happily was her aim. She loved the kelp forest an awful lot. Her leafy fins made her tricky to spot. She had little beady eyes and a narrow long snout. She was an unusual creature, without a doubt. But one day, the snorkeler swam on by, and her beautiful tail caught his eye. Rumour had it that some humans weren't kind. They would leave rubbish in the kelp for animals to find. But she'd also heard that some were okay, cleaning up the sea all night and all day. This was gentle and exclaimed with glee, No, a sea dragon. I must leave it be. She thought that she had lost a plot. He called me a dragon. Surely not. And then I drew a picture of this lovely mysterious creature, thinking about what a dragon looks like. And its spikes and its teeth and its horns and its fire that it breathes out of his mouth. So take a little look at that picture. I do not breathe fire or have wings to fly. I have no horns on my head. It must be a lie. But what am I? She mused as she swam through the kelp. She decided to ask her friends for help. Wrapped in the kelp at the surface of the water was her furry friend, who she called Mrs. Otter. She floated about in the kelp, just basking in the heat. She hugged a baby to her tongue, who suckled at her teat. So here we go. This is what the otter looked like, Mrs. Otter. And she was with her little baby as well. Fantastic. Am I a dragon? Asked the sea creature with a puzzled face. Mrs. Otter looked thoughtful as she walked all over the place. I don't think so, little one, but you're certainly not like me. You have no fur and don't breathe air, so you're different, don't you see? I'm a mammal, she explained as the baby drank her milk. She stroked his fluffy head. His fur was as soft as silk. The sea creature shook her head and let out a sigh. She thanked Mrs. Otter and gave her a wave goodbye. She found Mrs. Seagull close to the shore. She was perched on some rocks. Did she know more? And I have drawn a lovely little drawing of a seagull for you to have a look at, eating some chips on a rock. Am I a dragon? The sea creature asked, rather puzzled. Mrs. Seagull had some chips which she gobbled and guzzled. I've never seen a dragon, but guess what? I've seen a frog. I saw one whilst I flew today. It was sitting on a log. She had moist skin to breathe with and 4 little legs. She jumped into a pond so she could lay her eggs. They're called amphibians, she said, knowing what's what. But when it comes to dragons, I know diddly squat. But what are you? My hands are glue, the sea creature said with a tilt of the head. I've seen you lay eggs. You have feathers and wings. You have a beak to eat with, but I don't know a thing. Why, I'm a bird, the seagull replied, flapping her beautiful wings with pride. The sea creature thanked her and swam on her way. Would she know who she was at the end of the day? Soon she spotted Mr. Turtle, swimming by, gliding through the sea. She decided to catch up with him to see if he was free. Am I a dragon? The sea creature asked, swooshing her little tail. But the turtle halted in his tracks. Then he told her a tale. Dragons are found in stories that humans like to write. You won't find any in the sea, but in storybooks you might. The turtle scratched his head as he gave it some more thought. He knew she wasn't a dragon from what he had been taught. Am I like you? The sea creature asked, trying to stay strong. He smiled at his friend and gently told her she was wrong. I'm a reptile, don't you know? I'll tell you why before you go. We all lay eggs on land and have rough, scaly skin. We also use our lungs to breathe, he said, rubbing his chin. You're not like me at all, my dear, but don't give up your quest. He kindly told the sea creature as he wished her all the best. As she headed home, she was tempted to stop trying. She knew she wasn't a dragon now, so was a human lying? Then she spotted a huge place. It took her by surprise. He was flapping about in the sand. He looked so old and wise. Please can you help me? The sea creature said as she swam down towards the seabed. I'm not a mammal, an amphibian, or a bird, nor am I a reptile. Well, what I've heard. So what am I? She said with a cry. Well, you have fins, gills, and a tail, so you must be like me. But the place informed her as he smiled with glee. "Are you a fish?" the sea creature cried. "Why was I called a sea dragon?" she asked, eyes wide. "Because that's the type of fish you are," explained the place, not straying too far. "We fish may look different, but we are all the same. Humans just like to give us funny names." The sea dragon had got her wish. She had discovered she was a fish. So now I have a lovely drawing of the sea dragon children. Fish come in all different shapes and sizes and colours, but they all have tails, fins and gills. So sea dragons are real beautiful creatures. I'm friends with quite a few of them under the sea. She danced and pranced and twirled and swirled. She was the happiest baby sea dragon in the whole wide world. Children, thank you so much for listening today. We've come to the end of our session now. So thank you so much for joining us today. Again, if you'd like to draw any pictures, you want to do some colouring in, maybe little crafts, just send all of these to learning@oceanconservationtrust.org. Okay, thank you so much for joining today. I'm going to invite you just to spend the last few minutes just watching the beautiful jellyfish behind me. I'm going to do a little bit of colouring, one of my favourite things to do, and I will leave you to it and see you next week. Bye bye everybody, see you soon.